already changed it. This one. Yeah, good evening, friends. As I told you in the second section, we will have a discussion in the form of what evaluation only. And here I'm giving you some question from the chapter sexual reproduction in animals. And you just try to find out the answers, right? First, you try to find out the answers. I will show you all the 15 slides. And options are there because now we are discussing only about the MCQ type of questions because it is getting a lot of weightage. The problem of the MCQ is if your answer is wrong, you will lose the 100% mark. So you have to work hard in this particular area. And there are 22 percentage question from this MCQ only, right? So you lose 16 mark. And out of 16, 12 mark from the MCQ and 4 mark from the assertion reason type only. So you work hard with such type of questions. So no need to bother much about what the 2 mark question and 3 mark question or 4 or even 5 mark question. You have to read thoroughly your textbook line by line, by heart all the technical terms and scientific term mentioned there, and understand the concept very clearly. Line by line, you have to read, understand all the concepts. So once you are ready for answering all these MCQ questions, no need to bother much about the 2 mark question, 3 mark question, or 4 mark question, or 5 mark question. That you can get it very easily. So now we will have a discussion on these question papers, and these all questions are from this reproductive human reproduction only. And see the slides and find out the answers. And it is not to check your talent, not to check your understanding, but only to make you to work here. And we will see what the answers, the correct answers later after completing your answers, right? Take 30 seconds and write the answer for all the questions, right? And the first one is seminal plasma in human male is rich in
Option A, sir.
fructose and calcium, then DNA and testosterone, and C, glucose and calcium, and D, ribose and potassium. Okay, find out the correct answer for this
Option A.
question. No need to answer for the questions. You just note down the answers in some paper or somewhere in the book. Or if you feel it is difficult, you can have a discussion also. It is not a problem. And the discussion will make you to understand the concept very well, right? And here you have to find out the answer and not somewhere. Then we will have what you can say discussion on all the questions after completing that 50 questions, right? So this is what the first question. Then go for the second question. You read it and think about it. The question 2 times you think. Don't go for answer immediately. You practice it because if your answer is wrong, you will lose the 100% mark. That you keep it in your mind. Sertoli cells are found in A, ovaries and secrete progesterone, B, pancreas and secrete choleocytokinin, and C, adrenal cortex and secrete adrenaline, and D, seminiferous tubules and provide nutrition to the germ cells. And find out the answer for this question from this option given here, A, B, C, and D, right? Then go to the next question and see the next question. The Leydig cells are found in the human body are the secretory source of. The Leydig cells are found in the human body are the secretory source of A, progesterone, B, glucagon, C, interstitial mucus, and D, androgen. Then Leydig cells is secrete what? Progesterone, glucagon, intestinal mucus, and androgen. Then we will move to another one. Next question. The part of the fallopian tubule closest to the ovary. Part of the fallopian tubule closest to the ovary. You remember the structure of the fallopian tubules. Fallopian tubule means oviduct only. See the parts of the fallopian tubules or oviduct. Is it isthmus or infundibulum, then cervix, then ampulla, closest to the ovary, right? Then we will move to another question. Next question. In vertebrate testis, for nourishment during spermatogenesis, spermatids get attached to invertebrate testis during the spermatogenesis, during the formation of what the sperm, that is what the spermatogenesis, it required the nourishment, should provide it with the nutrient. And who provide it? The interstitial cell, A, then sperm mother cell, B, then spermatocyte, C, and D is Sertoli cells. See once again the options and think about the role of all the options given here and connected to the questions. Interstitial cell, what is interstitial cell? Then sperm mother cell, then spermatocyte, then Sertoli cell. And think about it and connect it to the question, find out the correct answer for it. Right. Then we will move to another question. Next question. See, each testis has how many testicular lobules? Testicular lobule means the compartment of the testis in which seminiferous tubules are located. And how many testicular lobules are normally in each testis? There are two testes. About 100 is option A. About 150, option B. And about 250, option C. And infinite, that is option D. About 100%, option A, about 150, option B, and C, about 250, and it's infinite, that is option D. Read all the options very carefully and remember the structure of the testicle and testicular lobules and find out the correct option from these options given here. Is it A, B, C, or D? Then we will move to another one. In male, penis is covered by a loose fold of skin. Now, testis is covered with a loosened skin. What is it called? A, foreskin. B, urethral meatus. Then C, external genitalia. And third one is what? The fimbriae. A, foreskin. B, urethral meatus. Then C, external genitalia. And D is a fimbriae. Find out the correct option from this option given. Read the question carefully. Penis is covered by a loose fold of skin. What is it called? Is it A, B, C, or D? Right. Move to another question. See, which of the following pair is correct? Take time to find out the answer. Which of the following pair is correct? See, testosterone, then Sertoli cell, secreted by the Sertoli cells. These are the pairs. Testosterone, secreted by the Sertoli cells. Then B, FSH, secreted by the Leydig cell. Pairs are FSH and Leydig cells. And C, ABP, androgen binding protein, concentrate the testosterone. Then ABP and testosterone. These are the pairs. And next pair is ICSH, interstitial cell stimulating hormone, Leydig cell to secrete FSH. ICSH, interstitial cell stimulating hormone, stimulate the Leydig cell to secrete FSH. See the pair given here in this 4 option and find out the correct option. Which pair is correct? A, B, C, or D? Okay, we will move to another question. Right. See, secretion of all these glands constitute the seminal plasma. Secretions of all. These options are given here. 4 options are given here. And you find out the option, secretions of all these glands constitute containing the seminal plasma except one gland. Except, we have to find out that exemption. Which one is not having the secretions of what the seminal gland, seminal plasma? Is it bulbourethral gland? Or is it prostate gland? Or is it a seminal vesicle? And is it what Bartholin gland? Options are A, bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland, then prostate gland, then seminal vesicle, and Bartholin gland. Find out the correct options. Find out the exemption from here. This option given, which is not there, which gland secretion is not containing the seminal plasma. That is what the secretion of what the seminal vesicles. Then come to another question. So the shared terminal duct of the reproductive and urinary system in human male. The shared terminal duct, and this duct is shared by the reproductive part as well as what the urinary part in the human male. Is it urethra or is it vas deferentia? Is it a ureter or vas deferens? Options, 4 options are given here. It is urethra. It is what the duct shared by both reproductive system as well as what the urinary system in the human being. The urethra, then vas efferentia, then 3rd option is what ureter, and 4th one is what the vas deferens. Find out the correct option. Is it A, B, C, or D? Right. Then next one is what the functions of what the fimbriae. Functions of fimbriae. Remember what is fimbriae? Is it for collection of the ovum? Or is it for providing the path to sperm during the fertilization? Or it's for the maintenance of the shape of the ovary? Or is it for the immunization? Collection of the ovum or provide the path to sperms during the fertilization? Or is it to maintain the shape of the ovary? Or is it for the immunization? Find out the correct answer from this 4 option given, whether it is A, B, C, or D. Find out the correct option, the functions of the fimbriae. Then we will move to another one. Which statement is wrong, not correct? Which statement is wrong? Uterus is also called womb. Option A, stroma of ovary is divided into 2 zones. Stroma of ovary is divided into 2 zones. Then, last part of the oviduct is called ampulla. 3rd option, last part of the oviduct is called as what? Ampulla. Then the 4th one, mammary lobes containing clusters of cell called alveoli. Mammary lobes containing the clusters of cell called alveoli. 4 options, and find out the wrong statement given here, which is the wrong statement given here. And 3 options are what you can say right statement only, but 1 is wrong, and that you have to find out. Is it A, B, C, or D? Right. So we'll move to another one. Spermatogenesis initiate with the increase in the secretion of Spermatogenesis means what? The formation of sperm only in the seminiferous tubule. And it initiate the secretion of GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone, then insulin, then oxytocin, and relaxin hormone. Is it GnRH? Is it insulin hormone? Or is it oxytocin and relaxin? Spermatogenesis initiate with increase the secretion, which secretion is increasing during the process of spermatogenesis. And spermatogenesis initiate with increase in the secretion of which hormone here? Right. Find out the correct answer, A, B, C, or D. Then come to the correct sequence of cell stage in spermatogenesis. Remember the sequence of events happening during the spermatogenesis and find out the correct sequence here. And take time and think about all the options very carefully and don't write answer simply. And option A, spermatocyte. Then spermatocyte. And second event is what? The spermatid, then spermatogonia, and the spermatosoma. This is what the sequence of events happening during the process of spermatogenesis. Spermatocyte, spermatid, spermatogonia, spermatosoma. Then another second option, spermatogonia, spermatocyte, then spermatid, then spermatosoma. Then another option, third option, spermatocytes, spermatogonia, then spermatid and spermatosoma. And last option is spermatogonia, then spermatid, spermatocyte, and spermatosoma. There are 4 options given here. You have to find out the correct sequence of cell stage in the formation of a sperm in seminiferous tubule: spermatocyte, spermatid, spermatogonia, spermatosoma, then spermatogonia, spermatocyte, spermatid, spermatosoma, then spermatocyte, spermatogonia, spermatid, then spermatosoma. And last option is what? The spermatogonia, spermatid, spermatocyte, and spermatosoma. Find out the correct sequence. Okay, we'll move to another one. Antrum. Maybe remembering the antrum where ovum is getting developed. What is it? Antrum. A fluid-filled follicle cavity. Is inner theca interna. Then matured follicle. And it is what? The fluidless follicle cavity. Find out the correct answer from the 4 options. There are 4 options given here. Antrum, a fluid-filled follicle cavity, option A. Then inner theca interna, it's for option B. Then the matured follicle, that is what? The option C. And fluidless follicle cavity, it's what? The option D. Find out the correct answer, right? Whether it is A, B, C, or D. Right.
Option D.
Then, ovulation. Come to the ovulation. Ovulation is releasing of secondary oocyte from the ovary. Find out the correct option. Ovulation. Ovulation means what? The releasing of ovum from the ovarian follicle by rupturing its wall only. Already we discussed about. Is it a releasing of secondary oocyte from the ovary? Or it is a releasing of primary oocyte from the ovary? Or it is what? The releasing of polar body from the ovary? Or it is what? The releasing of Graafian follicle from the ovary? So there are 4 options given here, A, B, C, and D, and find out the correct answer. What is ovulation? Ovulation is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, move to another one. See, for normal fertility, how many percentage of sperm must have normal shape and size for a normal fertility? So man is producing thousands of sperms. And how many percentage of sperm must have the normal shape and size for a normal fertility? Is it 50 percentage? A option. Then 25 percentage, option B. 40 percentage, option C. And option D, that is 60 percentage. For normal fertility of human male, how many percentage of the sperm must have the normal shape and size? 50 percentage, 25 percentage, 40 percentage, and 60 percentage. Find out the percentage. Correct option A, B, C, and D. Then, at each time of puberty, how many primary follicles are left in each ovary? At the time of puberty time, how many primary follicles are left in each ovary? How many primary follicles are left in each ovary? Primary. In that follicle only, that ovum is getting matured. Is it in between the 60,000 to 80,000? Or is it 7 million? Or is it 10,000 to 20,000? Or it's between 1,20,000 to 1,60,000? This is what the total number of what the primary follicle present in the ovary at the time of puberty. Right? Find out the answer. A, B, C, or D. Then another question related to the structure of the sperm, male reproductive gamete, spermatozoa. Head of the sperm, it is attacking the membrane of the ovum with its head only. And the head of the sperm contains nucleus and mitochondria. Then mitochondria and acrosome. Then acrosome and nucleus. And centriole and mitochondria. These are the options. 4 options given here. Find out the correct option. Is it A, nucleus and mitochondria, that head of the sperm containing? And is it mitochondria and acrosome, or acrosome and nucleus, and centriole and mitochondria? We have seen in detail about the structure of the sperm and concentrate the head region of the sperm and find out the part. Right? Find out the correct answer, A, B, C, or D. Next, we will move to another question. Which of the following cells during gametogenesis normally diploid? Gametogenesis, formation of what the male, gametes only, gametogenesis, formation of gametes. Which one is what normally diploid? Spermatogonia. It's mentioned both male and female reproductive what you can say gamete. That's why it is mentioned what the gametogenesis. Spermatogonia related to the spermatogenesis, and the polar body is related to the oogenesis only. Right. So in gametogenesis in man, which of the following cells during gametogenesis normally diploid? Is it spermatogonia? Is it secondary polar body? And primary polar body? And it's spermatid. Spermatogonia is option A. Then second option is what the secondary polar body. And third option is what the primary polar body. And third option is spermatid. Find out the cell having diploid number of chromosomes. You just open your book and see that schematic diagram. There it is mentioned very clearly about the ploidy of different kinds of cells in different stages. Right. Take your time. And shall we move to next question? Right. We will move to another one, that is what the main function of corpus luteum is to produce. Corpus luteum, remember, after releasing the ovum from the Graafian follicle, that ruptured Graafian follicle only will be converted into a temporary endocrine gland. We call it as what the corpus luteum, and it secretes hormone. Which hormone secreted by the corpus luteum? Is it relaxin hormone? Option A. Is it estrogen hormone? That is option B. Is it progesterone hormone? Option C, and it is what? The human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. Find out the correct answer. A, B, C, D. Four options are given here. Is it relaxin hormone, estrogen hormone, progesterone hormone, or human chorionic gonadotropin hormone? The real secretions of what? The corpus luteum. Right? We'll move to another question. Right. It is a question related to the menstrual flow only. And the menstrual flow occurs due to the lack of which hormone? That menstrual flow is because of the lack of which hormone, or not asking which hormone is responsible for this menstrual flow, asking the lack of which hormone. Which hormone is not there in the body, which make the destruction of all kinds of blood vessel glands and everything from the endometrium and flows out. Is it vasopressin, or is it what? The progesterone, or is it FSH hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, or is it oxytocin hormone? Lack of vasopressin, option A, or due to the lack of option B, progesterone? Is it due to the lack of FSH, option C, and is it due to oxytocin? It is what? The option D. Find out the correct answer from these options given. Right. Then move to another one. Hormone responsible for ovulation and development of corpus luteum is? Which hormone is responsible for ovulation and the development of corpus luteum? I have given you many what you can say graphical representation showing what the fluctuation of what the hormones in different stages in the menstrual cycle, and which one is really responsible for the ovulation and development of the corpus luteum. A, option A, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, and B, it is what? The luteinizing hormone, LH, and the third one is what? LTH, third hormone. C option, third option is LTH, and last option is what? Interstitial cell stimulating hormone, ICASH. And find out the correct option from these four options given here. And which one is helping for ovulation? FSH, LH, LTH, and ICSH. Right. Then we will move to another one. Which one of the following hormone help in relaxation of the pubic symphysis during the childbirth? Which hormone helping for the separation of the pubic bonds at the time of the parturition? Already we discussed in very detail about the neurohormonal mechanism of parturition. And there are four options given here. And find out the correct answer from these four options. Option A, estrogen. Then option B, that is LTH. Then option C is progesterone. And option D is relaxin hormone. Once again, estrogen, option A, LTH, option B, then progesterone, option C, and relaxin, that is option D. Find out the correct answer from these answers given here. And which one of the following hormone help in separation of the pubic bonds during the process of childbirth or parturition? Then, next, related to the pregnancy test that we haven't discussed in the class, right? Pregnancy test is based on the detection of which hormone? Pregnancy test, you maybe heard about the pregnancy card. There we have to put that urine. So we will get a positive or negative result. So that only helping us to identify the pregnancy, and we call it as what? The pregnancy test. And which hormone help us to detect the pregnancy? Is it progesterone, or is it estrogen, or it is HCG, or is it LH hormone? Once again, these options: A is progesterone, B is estrogen, and C is what HCG, and next D is what the LH hormone, luteinizing hormone. Find out the correct answer from these options given and write it in your notebook or in the paper: A, B, C, or D. Then move to another one. Function of placenta. Placenta, it is what a mediator between that child and mother. And what is the function of this placenta? Is it to supply oxygen to the embryo? Or is it to remove the carbon dioxide produced by the child or embryo? And is it to produce several hormones? And or all the answers are correct? All of the above. Find out the answer. The functions of the placenta. Is it to supply oxygen to the embryo, or to remove that carbon dioxide produced in the embryo, or to produce different kinds of hormones, or it is performing all the functions? Right. We'll move to another slide. Then first sign of growing fetus may be noticed. First sign of growing fetus. Whenever we are approaching a doctor, due to the detection of pregnancy, immediately doctor will check the uterine part and find out the first sign of the growing fetus. Is it listening to the heart sound carefully through the stethoscope? Whether doctor is keeping the stethoscope and getting the heart sound of the developing fetus. Then appearance of hair, appearance of hair and appearance of the head, and appearance of the eyelids. Find out the correct answer from these four options given. Is it A, B, Z, or D? The first sign of growing fetus may be noticed by option A, B, C, or D, and find out the correct answer. And we will move to another one. So in women, which hormone is secreted during the pregnancy period? And it is commonly called as what? The pregnancy hormone only. Already we discussed in detail in the class. And find out the correct answer. Is it progesterone? A, option A. And second option B is what? HPL. And the third option is what? Estrogen. And fourth option D is what? Thyroxine. In women, which hormone is secreted during this pregnancy? Only during the pregnancy. Is it progesterone? Is it HPL, estrogen, and thyroxine? Carefully you think about it. Only during pregnancy, not before the pregnancy or not after the pregnancy, right? And find out the correct option: progesterone, HPL, then estrogen, and thyroxine. Then we will move to another one. Maybe heard about the amnion, and where this mammalian embryo is getting developed, and it is filled with amniotic fluid, the space, amniotic space. And question, you read the question: the amnion of mammalian embryo is derived from. See, we are a triploblastic individual having three germ layers, I told you: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. And some of the internal organs are what? The ectodermal in origin. Some others are mesodermal in origin. And some other internal and external organs are what? The endodermal in origin. Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. And this amnion is derived from which germ layer? Ectoderm and mesoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, mesoderm and trophoblast, and ectoderm and endoderm. There are 4 options given here. Find out the correct option from, find out the answer from these 4 options. From which germ cell this amnion of the mammal is derived? Option A, ectoderm and mesoderm. Option B, endoderm and mesoderm. Option C, mesoderm and trophoblast. And option D, that is ectoderm and endoderm. Then, see another one. Next option. Next question. After ovulation, this Graafian follicle regress into, ovum is getting ready in the Graafian follicles only. And this ovulation is what the process of releasing of ovum from the Graafian follicle by breaking its wall. And what will happen to that Graafian follicle after the ovulation? That option A, that is corpus artesia. Then B is corpus callosum. Then C is corpus luteum. And D is corpus albicans. Corpus artesia, corpus callosum, corpus luteum, and corpus albicans. There are 4 options given here, and find out the correct answer, A, B, C, or D. Right. Then move to another question. Which part of the ovary in mammals act as an endocrine gland after ovulation? Which part of ovary in mammal act as what? Endocrine gland after ovulation, not before, after ovulation. Is it a stroma? Is it the vitelline membrane? Remember which part of the ovary only is asked. So stroma, then vitelline membrane, then germinal epithelium, and the Graafian follicle. There are 4 options given here. A is stroma, B is vitelline membrane, C is germinal epithelium, and D is what? The Graafian follicle. Find out the correct answer from these 4 options given here. And which part of the ovary in mammal act as what? Endocrine gland after this ovulation. Right. Then, next question. The first movement of the fetus and appearance of hair on its head are usually observed during which month of pregnancy? Appearance of the hair on its head are usually observed during which month of pregnancy? In which month actually that hair appears on the head region? First movement of the fetus also there. Then is it in the 4th month, or in the 5th month, or is in the 6th month, or in the 3rd month? Option A, 4 month. Option B, 5th month. Option C, 6th month. And option D is the 3rd month. Find out the correct answer from this option given here. Right. And we will move to another one. Next question. Signal of parturition originate. So that only we discussed in the last class in the afternoon. The signal of parturition. After completing what? The development of fetus inside the womb, who give the signal for the parturition? It's originated from where? From both the placenta as well as fully developed fetus. That is what option A. And is it from the oxytocin released from the maternal pituitary gland? Oxytocin released from the maternal pituitary gland. Then option C, placenta only. And 3rd option, fully developed fetus only. The first signal of parturition originated from where? Is it from the placenta as well as what? The fully developed fetus, or oxytocin released from the maternal pituitary gland, or the placenta only, or fully developed fetus only? There are 4 options given, A, B, C, and D, and find out the correct answer from these options. Right. And we will move to another one. The a temporary endocrine gland in the human body. It is very temporary, only for a period of time. And is it a pineal gland? So option A. Or is it what the corpus callosum? Option B. Then corpus luteum. Option C. And corpus alletum. That is option D. A temporary endocrine gland. This is working as a gland, endocrine glands only for a period of time. Find out the correct answer from these four options, A, B, C, and D. Then fertilization take place at where the real process of fertilization, fusion of male and female reproductive gamete take place. Of course, all of you know it is in the female genital tract only. Where in the female genital tract, whether it is in cervix region or in the junction of both ampullary and isthmic, and is it in the isthmus region or in the vaginal region. The real process of fusion of male and female gamete take place in which part of what the female genital organs. Right. Find out the correct answer from this option given, A, B, C, or D. Then next one, that is questions about the placenta. Placenta is a channel for providing essential requirement for the embryonic growth. This is a channel for providing essential requirement for the embryonic growth. Is it for the storage of organ? Or is it conducting the nerve impulses? Or is it meant for the protection of the embryo from the shock? These are the four options. The function of the placenta. Is it option A, B, C, or D? A is channel for providing essential requirement for embryonic growth, and B is for the storage of organ, and C is for conducting the nerve impulses, and D is meant for the protection of the embryo from the external shock or internal shock. Find out the correct answer from these options. Four options are given, A, B, C, and D. Then come to the next one, that is colostrum. Colostrum. And see the option. What is colostrum? There are four options given here. It is rich in protein and fat. It contains several antibodies. Then it's a milk produced during the initial few days of the lactation. Milk produced during the initial few days of lactation, or all of the above. This colostrum is for all, rich in proteins and fat, and also contains several antibodies. And it is what the milk produced during the initial few days of the lactation. Then find out the correct answer from all these four options given here. What is really colostrum and is meant for? Then hysterectomy is a surgical removal of what? Hysterectomy is a surgical removal of vas deferens. Option A, mammary gland. Option B, uterus. Option C, prostate gland. Option D. There are four options given. What is really what a hysterectomy? Is it the removal of what vas deferens and mammary glands, uterus, or prostate gland? There are four options given. Find out the correct answer and write it on your paper. Which is the correct answer? What is what the hysterectomy? We'll move to another one. In human adult female, oxytocin. This also we discussed during class hours. In adult female, oxytocin. The function of the oxytocin only you have to find out. It stimulates the pituitary to secrete vasopressin. Option A. This oxytocin stimulates the pituitary gland to secrete what? Vasopressin. and it causes a strong uterine contraction during the parturition. It causes strong uterine contraction during the parturition. It's secreted by the anterior pituitary lobe. It is secreted by the anterior pituitary lobe, and it stimulates the growth of the mammary glands. There are 4 options given: A, B, C, and D. Go through the options very carefully and find out the real function of the oxytocin. Is it A, B, C, or D? Find out the answer and write it on your book, right? And move to another one. Next question. And signal of parturition originate from. The signal of parturition originate from this both placenta as well as fully developed the fetus, or it is oxytocin from the fetal pituitary, or is it from placenta only, or it from the fully developed fetus? I think this option once asked, right? Okay, find out, write down the answers. Right, signal of parturition originated from. Is it section option A, B, C, or D? I think already we discussed about these questions once, so repeat it. Then, which of the following hormone is responsible for both milk ejection reflex and fetal ejection reflex? One hormone produced by the female individual responsible for both the milk ejection and also for the ejection of the fetus from the uterus. Is it relaxin, estrogen, prolactin, and oxytocin? A, relaxin. Think about it. The estrogen, B option. Then prolactin and oxytocin. Find out the functions of all these hormones and which one can do both functions, milk ejection as well as for the fetal ejection. Then we'll move to another question, and here there is a diagram given. It is nothing but the female reproductive system only. And see the labeling parts. You can see that 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, and 6. First of all, you identify all the parts that is labeled in the diagram. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, then 6. Right, 6 label is given here in the diagram. You find out the parts, which is this number 1, then second one, then third one, and it is what the fourth one, and this is fifth one, and this one is what the sixth one. And see the options given here. Have identified all the parts mentioned here from the 1 to the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then go for the options. A, endometrium, infundibulum, and fimbriae. You see, given here, second is what the endometrium, third one is what infundibulum, and fourth one is what the fimbriae. And see the next option. Third one is what the infundibulum, then fourth one is fimbriae, and fifth one is what the cervix region. Then next one, this fourth one is oviducal funnel. It is what fourth one is what the oviducal funnel. Then third one is here oviducal funnel, and fifth one is uterus. Here this fifth one is uterus, and sixth one is the cervix region. Then last option, it is second one is perimetrium. Then third one is what the infundibulum, and fourth one is what the fimbriae. So find out the correct answer. You think you go through in very detail and find out the correct options given here. And for that, first you identify all these, what the 6 part mentioned in the diagram. What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Then we will move to another one. What is the significance of amniotic fluids? What is the significance of amniotic fluid? Amniotic fluid means what? The fluid filled in the amniotic cavity in the amnion, where this fetus is getting developed. So it prevents desiccation and help in body movement of the fetus. Prevent desiccation and help in the body movement of the fetus. That is option A. And option B provides what? The nutrition. That amniotic fluid provides nutrition. Then third option is helping for the exchange of gases. And fourth one, help in excretion. Find out the correct answer from these 4 options given. Is it A, B, C, or D? A, prevent desiccation and help in body movement of the fetus. And B, provide the nutrition. C is helping for the gas exchange, and it's helping excretion. That is option D. Right. Then come to the stem cells are found in. Stem cells are found in. Stem cells found in inner cell mass, ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. You know what is inner cell mass? It is what? The mass of cell present in the blastodermic vesicles only. You know the ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm, 3 germ layers produced during the gastrulation period for the development of all kinds of internal and external organs. Right? Find out the answer. The stem cell found in which cell? Is it in the inner cell mass, or in the ectoderm, or endoderm, or these mesoderms? That stem cell means what? Undifferentiated cells only. And where it is located? In the inner cell mass, ectoderm, endoderm, or mesoderm, and find out the correct answer. Then, which hormone is essential for the maintenance of endometrium? See, during pregnancy, it should be maintained. Which hormone is responsible? If it is it responsibility of what? FSH? Or is it responsibility of LH, luteinizing hormone? Or is progesterone only responsible for the maintenance of the uterus? Or the testosterone? What is the use of the testosterone to maintain what? The endometrium? So find out the correct answer from these options given A, B, C, and D, and write on your book which one is the correct option. Is it FSH, LH, progesterone, and testosterone? So I think you are writing the questions and answers so that you can refer later, right? Then find out the correct answer and write it on your book. Correct option, A, B, C, or D. Then next question, male hormone is produced in the testis by the cell of. Male hormone is produced in the testis. Male hormone, testosterone, is produced in the testis by a cell. Which cell secretes this testosterone male hormone? Is it a Sertoli cell? Option B is what? The epithelial cell. And option C is the spermatocytes. And option D is what? The Leydig cells. There are 4 options given here. Sertoli cell, it's option A. Epithelial cell, option B. And spermatocyte is option C. And Leydig cell is the option D. Okay. And which cell secrete the real male hormone in the testis? Right. We will go to another one. Next question. So these are the what you can say, the 50 questions given in this evaluation program, and we will go and find out all what you can say the correct answer. We will start from the beginning and find out the correct answer for all the questions. And you can also check your answer. And you can. This is what the self-evaluation only, not to find out your percentage of perception or what you can say understanding. It is to make yourself what satisfied. And the marks that is scored in this evaluation program is not a matter, but you have to think yourself how much you learned in what you can say in these sections, right? And see the first question. And see the first question. And seminal plasma in human male is rich in. This is what the first question asked here. And correct answer is what the fructose and the calcium. DNA and testosterone are not there in the seminal plasma. And the glucose and calcium is also not there in the seminal plasma. Seminal plasma means what this liquid secreted by the seminal vesicle only, ribose and potassium. Actually, these fructose and calcium stimulate what you can say the activity of the sperm. Sperm get activated, and what you can say by the secretions of the seminal vesicle only, and we call it as what the seminal flasca. And the correct answer is A only. It is fructose and calcium. Then go to the next one, that is Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells are found in Sertoli cells. It is not the part of the ovary, it is not the part of the pancreas, and it is not the part of the adrenal gland. And it is located in the seminiferous tubule only, and that only provide the nutrients to the germ cell to develop, become as spermatids. Already we discussed in very detail about the location of Sertoli cell and its use. It is a conical shaped one. It is for two purposes: to provide the shape to what the seminiferous tubule, and also provide the nutrition to the germ cells to go for meiosis to produce spermatids. Then we'll go for the next one, third question, that is Leydig cells are found in human body, are secretory source of that Leydig cell. It secrete. Leydig cell, it is present in the male reproductive part only, and it is for the secretion of what the male sex hormone. It is nothing but the androgen only. So correct answer is androgen. And we will move to the next one. Glucagon is what the hormone secreted by the pancreas only. Progesterone, that interstitial mucus is also different, right? And next one, this fourth question, the part of the fallopian tubule closest to the ovary. Closest to the ovary. You see the part of the oviduct, and this part of the oviduct close to what you can say this uterus is called as what the isthmus, and middle portion is what the ampulla, and infundibulum is seen very close to the ovary. So here correct answer for the fourth question is what infundibulum only. Then come to the invertebrate testes. For the nourishment of during the spermatogenesis, spermatid get attached to that is the Sertoli cells only. Sertoli cells. While discussing about this spermatogenesis, I told you for nourishment of the spermatid required the nutrient from the Sertoli cells only. Then come to the next question. Each testis has how many testicular lobules? This also we discussed during the detailed structure of testis. Lobules are compartments only. In one testis, around 250 lobules are there. In this 250 lobules only, this three or coiled the seminiferous tubules are located. So the correct option is C only, right? Then we will move to another one. In male, penis is covered by a loose fold skin. And what is it called? Not the urethral meatus, not the external genitalia. And fimbriae is actually the part of what the oviduct only. The correct answer is what? The foreskin. Option A. And go through the next one, the question number 8. And cryptorchidism, cryptorchidism, cryptorchidism is actually it is what you can say, development of what the testis in the scrotal sac only, right? Development of the testis in the scrotal sac. That is option B is what the correct answer. Cryptorchidism is what undescent of testis into the scrotum only. Then go to the next question, question number 9. The temperature of the scrotum necessary for the sperm production should be, is it more than the body temperature or less than our body temperature? That is why it is keeping outside. All of you know the correct answer. That option is C only. Option C is what the correct answer. That is 2 degrees Celsius or 2.5 degrees Celsius below the body temperature. Right. Then move to another question, that sperms are stored and nourished inside. Is in the Cowper's gland or epididymis, seminiferous tubule, and vas deferens. You see the structure of the testis. On testis, there is a structure. It's made with a very coiled tubules only. We call it as what the epididymis. After producing spermatid in the testis, it is taken to the epididymis for the temporary storage, and it is also nourished there. And then only it is taken to what the seminal vesicle and the prostate gland for the further activation. So here, correct answer is option B, that is epididymis. Then come to the question number 11. Which of the following pair is correct? Which of the following pair is correct? Right, there are 2 pairs given here in every option. And the correct answer is option C. Option C, that is ABP and what you can say, concentrate the testosterone. So ABP is what the androgen binding protein only, and it is produced by the Sertoli cells in the seminiferous tubule, and this is to increase what the concentration of the testosterone. The testosterone can be concentrated with ABP, that is what androgen binding proteins. So here correct answer is C only, and ABP concentrate the testosterone. And I'll move to another question, question number 12. Secretion of all these glands constitute the seminal plasma except. Right. Question number 12. You go through it, the question number 12, and you have to find out the exception. Bulbourethral gland. This is what the gland secrete, what you can say, hydrochloric acid and the mucus. Of course, it containing what? The seminal plasma, because from the seminal plasma, seminal vesicle only what? Seminal plasma is coming out. So naturally, prostate gland also containing seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle is here, then prostate gland, then bulbourethral gland. So whenever seminal gland secrete this, what you can say, plasma, naturally it come to the prostate gland, also come to the bulbourethral gland. It mix everything together and comes out. So this Bartholin gland is not there. That seminal plasma is not there in the Bartholin gland. And this Bartholin gland is actually a gland located on the each side of the vaginal opening. Bartholin gland is located on each side of what? The vaginal opening, and that only secretes some kinds of mucal material for the lubrication. So the correct answer is what? Bartholin gland only. Then we will move to the next question, number 13. That is the shared terminal ducts, reproductive and urinary. While discussing, I told you it is what? The urinogenital duct only for the urinal purpose as well as for the genital purpose. And find out the correct answer. Is it urethra, vas deferentia, ureter, or vas deferentia? Of course, it is not the ureter, because ureter is what the part of what the excretory system only. And vas deferentia and vas efferentia, both are in for carrying the sperms only. But that urethra, it's what a common duct. It is passing through the center of the penis, and it is used for two purposes, for urinary purpose as well as for the genital purpose. And correct answer of this question is option A. And we'll move to what another one, that is 14 question number 14. So Leydig cells are found in the human body, are the secretory source. Which Leydig cells secrete which type of chemical here? Androgen, glucagon, progesterone, and industrial mucus. It is very clear that answer is what the androgen only. It is working in the body of male as what the principal male sex hormone. Then we will move to the next question number 15. The function of fimbriae. Function of fimbriae. Fimbriae is what the last part of what this oviduct only. And what is the function? It is not for maintain the shape of this one, or it is not for the immunization, and it is not at all providing the path for the sperm, because sperms are not at all reaching there in the last part, and only for the collection of the ovum. After releasing ovum from the ovary, and this ovum will be collected by this last part of the oviduct, that we call it as what the fimbriae only. Then we will move to the next question, that is question number 16. And which statement is wrong? Which statement is wrong? Then uterus is also called womb. It is correct statement only. Then second, stroma of the ovary is divided into two zones. And this statement is also correct statement only, because it is made that stroma is what a unique type of connective tissue only, and it is richly supplied with the blood vessel and having two zones. And one zone is what the medulla in inner part, and another one is cortex is the out part. Then come to the next option. The last part of the oviduct is called as what the ampulla. Which statement is wrong? That is, C option is correct only, because the last part of the oviduct is not called as ampulla. Ampulla is in the middle region only. So here correct option is C only, right? Then we will move to another one, options. Question number 17. Spermatogenesis initiate with increase in the secretion of question number 17. And the first answer is correct answer, gonadotropin hormone releasing hormone only. Gonadotropin hormone releasing hormone is what the correct answer. And the spermatogenesis initiate with increase in the secretion of gonadotropin releasing a hormone only, not insulin, oxytocin, or relaxin. Oxytocin, it is what the milk ejection hormone only, and relaxin produced only at the end for the parturition purpose. Then we will move to the next question number 18. And correct sequence of cell stage in spermatogenesis. And here the correct answer is option B. Spermatogonia will be converted into spermatocyte. Spermatocyte only will be developed to become spermatid, and finally spermatid will be converted into spermatozoa. Spermatozoa is what the functional male reproductive gametes only. So here the correct answer is B only. From spermatogonia only spermatocytes are formed, and this spermatocytes only develop to become the spermatid, a haploid cell. Then this will be converted into what? A functional spermatozoa with head, middle piece, and tail. Then we will move to the next question number 19. What is antrum? What is antrum? And correct option, antrum in which that egg is getting developed. and it is what the fluid filled follicle cavity only. So correct option of 19 question is option A. It is what a fluid filled follicle cavity. Right. So option A is what the correct answer. Then we will move to the question number 20. Ovulation is, what is ovulation? Releasing of ovum only. What type of ovum? Is it secondary oocyte or primary oocyte or polar body or Graafian follicle? Last C and D, the wrong answer only. And C, the releasing of secondary oocytes and primary oocyte. Primary oocytes never released because it is a diploid one only, and secondary oocytes only released from the ovum at the last, and that only will be converted into what? A functional ovum just before the fertilization. So here correct option is A only. Then we will move to another one. That is question number 21. For normal fertility, how many percentage of sperm must have the normal shape and size? The correct option is option D only. That 60 percentage Vatican sperm must have the normal shape and size. Then only the fertilities are possible. Right. So correct option is D only. And next question number 22. And at each time of puberty, how many primary follicles are left in each ovary? At the time of puberty, how many primary follicles are left in each ovary? Right. Correct answer is what? The option A. Between 60,000 to 80,000 Graafian follicle or primary follicles are there in each ovary. Option A is what? The correct answer. Then another simple question. Head of the sperm consists of what? All of you know that cap, we call it as what? The acrosome, and head also containing the nucleus with what you can say 23 chromosomes. It is a haploid nucleus only. So here question number 23, correct option is C only, and it containing what? Acrosome and nucleus, mitochondria in what you can say middle piece region only, and that centriole is also present in the middle piece region only. So the correct option is C only in case of question number 23. Then we will move to question number 24. And which of the following cells during gametogenesis is normally diploid? Normally diploid cells. And secondary polar body, it's haploid, you know. It is just like what? The oocyte only or the ovule only. Then primary polar body is also haploid only. And spermatid, you know, it is haploid cell that only developed to become the spermatozoa later. So actually the spermatogonia cell, that is what the germ cell. Germ cells are what? Diploid in nature, and all others are what? The haploid cells only. Then come to the question number 25. The main function of corpus luteum is to produce corpus luteum. You know, corpus luteum is developed from the ruptured Graafian follicle only. And what is its function? Is it for producing relaxin or estrogen or progesterone or human chorionic gonadotropin? All of you know this hormone only, we call it as what? The pregnancy hormone, and it is mainly secreted by the corpus luteum, and the name of the hormone is what? The progesterone. So option C is what? The correct answer. Then come to the question number 26. Menstrual flow occurs due to the lack of. Question number 26. Lack of. And menstrual flow is nothing but the ruptured material present in the uterus, you know, it is flows out. And it is due to vasopressin, FSH, oxytocin, or progesterone. That is what the question here. Vasopressin, all of you know, it is what? The ADH hormone only, not having any role here. And progesterone is actually produced, what you can say, only because of the absence of progesterone. Progesterone is pregnancy hormone. If progesterone is there, that maintain the uterus and never go for what you can say destruction of all these arrangement there. So correct option is B only. Question number 26, correct option is B only. And oxytocin is what? The milk ejection hormone only. Then come to the next question number 27. The hormone responsible for ovulation and development of the corpus luteum. Question number 27. Right. Which hormone is responsible for ovulation? See, after the formation of ovum in the Graafian follicle, after maturation, you see that fluctuation of the hormone, which hormone dominate in the female body for its releasing, and is nothing but the LH or the luteinizing hormones only. So correct option for this question is option B, and it is luteinizing hormone. Then come to the next question, question number 28. Which of the following hormone help in relaxation of pubic during the childbirth? And here, all of you know, after getting the signal, this what you can say, that placenta only produce what the relaxing hormone, and this relaxing hormone only separate the pubic bonds and produce what the birth canal to take the child out. So correct answer is option D, that is a relaxin only. Then come to the next one, question number 29. Pregnancy test, I told you the pregnancy test is based on the detection of which hormone present in the female body. Is it progesterone or estrogen, or what you can say, human chorionic gonadotropin or luteinizing hormone? Of course, progesterone is there in the body of the female during the pregnancy time, that only dominate, but this hormone is not used for testing or detecting what the pregnancy. And the correct answer is option C, that is a human chorionic gonadotropin only. And human chorionic gonadotropin. Option C is what the correct answer. Then come to the question number 30. The function of placenta. Function of placenta. Of course, it supply oxygen, no doubt, to the embryo, and also what remove the carbon dioxide produced by the embryo, and it produced several hormones. We discussed many hormones produced by the placenta. So the correct answer for the question number 30 is option D, that is all of the above. It is for all the purpose. Then we will move to next one, question number 31. The first sign of the growing fetus may be noticed. Who noticed the first sign of the growing fetus? And listening to the heart sound carefully through the stethoscope. And appearance of hair, appearance of head, appearance of eyelids. It's a simple question, because whenever we approach a doctor, after detecting the pregnancy, normally doctors are testing the health status of the fetus inside by using what the stethoscope only and listening the heart sound. So correct option is A. And we will move to the question number 32. Next, 32 in women. Which hormone is secreted during the pregnancy only? That is not progesterone. You may be confused here. Hormone secreted by the female during the pregnancy only. Pregnancy only. See, progesterone production start before what the pregnancy. Pregnancy is established only after what the implantation. But this formation of what the progesterone hormone by the ruptured Graafian follicle, and before, just after releasing the ovum, it start producing progesterone, and it is what that human placental lactogen only. Human placental, correct answer is what? Human placental lactogen. The option B is the correct answer, human placental lactogen. This option is what the correct option. Then we will move to the next question, question number 33. And here, amnion of the mammalian embryo is derived. This we didn't discuss in the class. Amnion, it is derived from which germ layer? So here, the question is, right here, right. Then here the question is Question number 33 only. And correct answer is A, ectoderm and mesoderm. It is what ectodermal and mesodermal in origin, not from endoderm and mesoderm. These two germ layers, ectoderm and mesoderm, only responsible for the formation of the amnion in mammalian embryo. Then we will go for next question, question number 34. See the question number 34. After ovulation, Graafian follicle regress into. Simple question only. After ovulation, ovulation is because of what? The breaking of ovarian follicle. And after breaking this ovarian follicle, it will be converted into, no doubt, corpus luteum only. And this corpus luteum only secrete hormone called as what? The progesterone. And this hormone only dominate in the body of the female. And we call it as what? The pregnancy hormone. Then we will move to the another question, question number 35. 35. Which part of the ovary in mammal act as an endocrine gland after ovulation? No doubt it is what? A temporary gland only. And the correct answer is what? The Graafian follicle. All others are not glands. Vitelline membrane, you may be remembering, germ epithelium or stroma, these are not glands, whereas Graafian follicle can act as what? The endocrine gland, but a temporary to secrete what? The progesterone hormone. Right. Then come to the question number 36. The first movement of the fetus and appears a hair on its head are usually observed during which month of the pregnancy? Right. Which month of the pregnancy? Question number 36. And the correct answer is what? The 5th month only. And in 5th month, we can find the first movement of the fetus in the amniotic fluid and appearance of hair also in the 5th month only. So correct option for the question number 36 is option B, that is 5th month only. Then question number 37. And signals of parturition originates. Signal after completing the growth of this fetus in the womb, the signals for this parturition originate from where? Both from placenta as well as the fully developed fetus, only from placenta or only from the fully developed fetus? No, oxytocin is not at all come to the picture here, right? And here, this correct option is option A. And placenta and what you can say that fully developed fetus can give the signal for the parturition purpose. So correct option is option A. And we will move to the question number 38. That is a temporary endocrine gland in the human body. Simple. Many times we discuss here. Pineal gland is what you can say permanent one only. Corpus callosum and corpus alertum, these are all what the gland, not glands. And the corpus luteum is what the correct answer. And option C is what the correct answer. And it is what the temporary gland only. And this gland work only during the pregnancy to secrete what? The progesterone hormone. So correct option is option C. And we will move to the next one, question number 39. And here the fertilization take place, the location of the fertilization, where it is taking place. All of you know, not in the cervix, not in the isthmus, not in the vagina. The correct option is what? The B. It is what? In the ambulatory region, particularly the junction of what? The isthmus and the ambulatory region only. So this is what the correct answer for the question number 39. And correct option is B only. Then we will move to the question number 40. Question number 40, what is placenta? And it is not storing any organs. And it is never conducting any kinds of nerve impulses. And it is not meant for the protection of the embryo. And correct answer is what? The option A. Placenta is, no, it is what? An ultra filter and pass this essential material required for the embryonal growth from the mother, and also sending unwanted thing from the developing fetus to what this mother only for its elimination. So the correct answer for the question 40 question is what the option A only. Then we will move to the question number 41, that is colostrum. What is colostrum? It is what the first milk produced by the mother after the parturition. And here, this colostrum, it is rich in protein and fat, very essential for the fetus to develop, and I mean child to develop. And it also containing several antibodies because newly born baby is not having that immune system to work against the microorganism, and this is what the milk produced during these initial few days of the lactation. So the correct answer for the question number 41 is option D, all of the above. And we will go to another question, next question, question number 42. Then hysterectomy is a surgical removal of hysterectomy. It's what the surgical removal of the uterus only. So the correct answer for the question is option C. Hysterectomy is a surgical removal of the uterus only. Option C is the correct answer. So we will move to the another question, question number 43. We'll move to another question, question number 43. In human adult female, oxytocin. Oxytocin is what the milk ejection hormone only. Milk ejection hormone only. And this milk ejection hormone, what you can say, cause strong uterine. Actually, it is for two purposes. One is to eject the milk, and also for the contraction of the uterine at the time of parturition. You know that middle layer of the uterus go for the contraction very vigorously due to the secretion of the oxytocin, and also used for the ejection of milk. So the correct option for this question, number 23, is what the B only. Option B cause strong uterine contraction during the process of what the parturition. So correct option is B, right? And see the signal of parturition originated, and this already we discussed both placenta and what you can say that fully developed fetus only. And now the time is I think it's for your dinner only. So I will just read out the correct option for all the questions, and you just check it right with your answers. And question number, this is what the question number 44, and question number 45, the correct option is D. And question number 46, and there is a diagram given here, and you find out the option, and whether option is option B and D, you check it. And I have a doubt. Option A and option C wrong only, and C and check the options of B and D. I feel both answers are correct. That is question number 46. And 47, question number 47, correct option is A. And 48, the correct option is again A. And 49, correct option is C. And last question, option is D. Correct option is D only. Correct option is D only. So go through the questions once again, and you check the answer with the answer given here, and you find out how much mark you scored. It is for 1 mark only, and total 50 question. And out of 50, how much mark you scored, you check it. And it is what the part of self-evaluation only that will stimulate yourselves, not to what you can say show anyone, and you keep it in your mind. But as I told you in the beginning, if you prepare for 1 mark question, this multiple choice question, and you don't worry about what you can say any other question, the question paper, easily you can get it, the 2 mark, 3 mark, 4 mark, and 5 mark. But for getting the answer for this multiple choice, you have to thrive hard, you have to work hard, you have to read the textbook very thoroughly, line by line you have to read and find out all this, what the scientific term mentioned, technical term mentioned, and that you have to by heart. Example given for every concept should be by hearted, and you have to be very clear with all the concept given in the textbook, right? So the thorough preparation is very much required for getting full mark in multiple choice question, and don't think that multiple choice question is easy one, and this only determine your percentage in the exam, because 22 percentage of this mark out of 70, you're getting only from 16 mark, you are getting from this multiple choice, only 12 mark from the multiple choice and 4 mark from the assertion and reasoning. So this area you have to take care and prepare well. Read the textbook thoroughly, line by line you have to read it. It is very essential for getting this mark. So with this, I would like to stop today's class, and we will meet tomorrow at 6:30 with some other topic in the next unit. That is what you can say, genetic portion only, that we will see in the next class. Okay, thank you so much. Good night to all of you. Thank you so much.